but you could see she couldn't contain her anger, her fury, just the same.
You've been very harsh, one woman to another. I mean, you've just used the phrase, she is not fit to be part of the royal family.
I finally managed to get my hands on a bottle of Meghan's, as ever, rosé wine. I'm going to try it for you now.
That someone says yes and someone loves him for himself, because she didn't know very much about.
One Netflix series flop crushes Meghan's ambitions. Meghan Markle's highly anticipated second season of her Netflix show With Love, Meghan, has turned into a monumental disaster that no one saw coming, failing to even crack the streamer's top 10 list in its debut week. Critics across the board have slammed it as nothing more than scripted nonsense, filled with over-the-top dramatics that feel forced and inauthentic, leading to viewers tuning out in droves amid a massive wave of backlash. Insiders from within the production team have come forward with shocking revelations, including leaked emails and secret recordings that suggest the so-called truths about her experiences with the royals were deliberately twisted and exaggerated, purely for dramatic effect and to maximize profits. This humiliating blow couldn't have come at a worse time. Right after that shiny multi-million-dollar deal was announced with such fanfare, promised
Archbishop of Canterbury to broker a deal between his... King Charles has enlisted the help of the woke...
Do you think that they look happy together? I mean,
They never look happy together, actually, more than a minute. I mean, on this, apparently screaming to the producers, very, very annoyed at what they'd asked her, and I imagine that is
untold riches and a genuine peek behind the palace curtains, but instead delivering only ridicule and embarrassment on a global scale. Social media platforms exploded almost immediately with memes mocking her every on-screen move, labeling the entire fiasco as a royal reckoning that exposes her Hollywood dreams as nothing but smoke and mirrors. The evidence continues to pile up day by day as former friends and collaborators turn into foes, leaking more details that paint a picture of desperation and allies who once supported her vanishing into thin air without a trace. What was supposed to be her triumphant return to the spotlight has instead become a cautionary tale of overreaching ambition, with industry experts predicting that this flop could spell the end of her streaming career altogether. As the ratings plummet and the negative reviews pour in, Meghan finds herself isolated, her carefully curated image of resilience cracking under the pressure of public scrutiny. This isn't just a professional setback, it's a personal humiliation that echoes through the halls of Montecito, reminding everyone that even duchesses aren't immune to failure. The fallout has been swift and merciless, with Netflix executives reportedly regretting the deal and considering pulling the plug on future projects. In the end, this scandal marks the beginning of what could be her ultimate downfall in the cutthroat world of entertainment, where one wrong move can erase years of built-up goodwill. Meghan has been left reeling as high-profile friends like Serena Williams and the Kardashians publicly distance themselves. Reports claim the Kardashians rejected her gift basket with a curt "we don't know her," while Serena snubbed the trip request. Even Oprah's circle has turned, with Tyler Perry exposing massive debts and demanding repayment. Hollywood insiders whisper that her diva demands and orchestrated dramas have alienated allies, turning the once untouchable Duchess into a pariah. This wave of abandonment highlights a pattern of using relationships for spotlight, now backfiring spectacularly as the industry turns its back. In a string of embarrassing incidents, Meghan was reportedly ejected from multiple 2025 events, including the Caribbean Music Awards and the ESPY Awards. At the VMAs, she allegedly showed up uninvited, only to be turned away amid whispers and security drama. Attendees mocked her as the Duchess of Gatecrash, with social media amplifying the humiliation through viral memes. These stunts, aimed at reclaiming spotlight, instead exposed her desperation, frustrating artists, and sparking merciless backlash. The palace gates seem shut forever as her attempts to insert herself into elite circles fail spectacularly. Tyler Perry's demand for a $16 million loan repayment has left Meghan humiliated as Hollywood turns against her. Sources claim this stems from her lavish lifestyle and failed ventures, with Oprah also shading her in awkward moments. Leaked details reveal orchestrated sympathy plays for cash, but now the receipts are out, proving twisted tales for profit. This financial scandal, combined with hotel evictions over unpaid bills, paints a picture of entitlement clashing with reality. Her royal status no longer exempts her as deals dry up and the world questions her integrity. Meghan's series of insane and bizarre video posts on social media, including that infamous finger-licking pasta disaster that left viewers cringing, have gone viral for all the completely wrong reasons, catapulting her into serious trouble and endless mockery. Critics and online commentators alike have labeled them as disgusting, over-the-top, and blatantly scripted attempts at relatability that miss the mark by miles. This chaotic content explosion comes right amid what has been described as a humiliating week for both her and Prince Harry, with anonymous sources whispering about family-held receipts that prove many of their shared narratives were manipulated for maximum impact. The backlash has been nothing short of fierce, as millions of viewers and industry insiders pile on, calling out her every move as desperate bids for attention that only serve to crumble her once polished image further. What was intended to humanize her and connect with fans has instead amplified her growing isolation under the relentless glare of the digital spotlight, turning supporters into detractors overnight. Social platforms are flooded with parodies and critiques, dissecting the videos frame by frame for signs of inauthenticity. This meltdown isn't isolated. It's part of a broader pattern of missteps that have defined her year. Insiders reveal production, teams behind the scenes scrambling to damage control, but the damage is done. The emotional toll is evident in her subsequent posts, which seem more guarded and less frequent. As the memes multiply, Meghan's brand takes hit after hit with sponsorships, hesitating, and followers unfollowing in droves. This scandal highlights the double-edged sword of social media fame, where one post can undo years of careful curation. In retrospect, these videos mark a low point, exposing vulnerabilities she tried to hide. The public meltdowns continue to fuel discussions, keeping her in the headlines, but for reasons she'd rather forget. Meghan's disruption at a 2024 polo event carried into 2025 scandals, with Harry's charity boss revealing her diva demands left him humiliated. New bombshells expose how she turned charitable efforts into personal dramas, alienating key figures. This toxic behavior, including refusing bills and demanding exemptions, has sparked widespread criticism. Insiders claim it's part of a pattern, destroying reputations for gain, with the Sussexes snubbed from lists like Time 100 philanthropists while William and Kate shine. The fallout marks a royal reckoning as her actions backfire in the public eye. A bombshell. January 2025 Vanity Fair article has dropped like a thunderclap, unleashing explosive claims that include a sealed teenage marriage and a hidden bloodline that Meghan has never publicly acknowledged, leaving her reeling from the fallout. The sprawling 8,000-word damning expose delves deep into the missing years of her biography, uncovering orchestrated scandals and inconsistencies that challenge the foundation of her public persona. This revelation comes amid bizarre and unsubstantiated claims of a secret 30-year-old daughter, further exposing cracks in her carefully controlled narrative and fueling endless speculation. The Duchess's ongoing war with Princess Kate has only intensified in the wake of this, as mixed public opinions on her latest Netflix show continue to crush her spirits and reputation. Social media erupted immediately, with users and critics alike piling on, turning these personal revelations into a carnival of public humiliation that shows no signs of slowing down. The article's depth, backed by alleged documents and interviews, has sparked debates about privacy versus truth in celebrity lives. Meghan's attempts to counter the narrative have been met with skepticism as more details emerge. This shockwave has affected her family dynamics, with fears over her own daughter's future exposure adding emotional layers. Vanity Fair's piece isn't just journalism, it's a cultural moment that redefines her story. As the secrets unfold, her image shifts from empowered to enigmatic, with hidden motives questioned. The humiliation is compounded by the article's viral spread. As 2025 unfolds with relentless drama, Meghan is facing a complete and utter freeze-out from Hollywood's inner circles, with big names like Kevin Costner and a host of others outright ignoring her overtures, as exposed in recent investigative reports. The Sussexes' humiliating snub from every prestigious list imaginable stands in sharp contrast to the glowing successes of William and Kate, who continue to thrive on the global stage. Insiders have revealed that the royal family possesses ironclad proofs debunking many of her so-called truths, effectively slamming the palace door shut for good and severing any remaining ties. This culmination of scandals, from crippling financial woes and public ejections to bizarre media mishaps, signals the definitive end of her once untouchable era, as her rebel image crumbles under the weight of scrutiny. The world watches transfixed, as her empire, built on controversy and charisma, disintegrates piece by piece, with evidence mounting that it was all founded on shaky, questionable foundations. Hollywood executives are wary, pulling back offers and collaborations. The royal family's silence speaks volumes, amplifying her isolation. As backs turn, Meghan's options narrow, forcing a re-evaluation of her path. This turning point highlights the impermanence of fame, especially when tangled with royalty. The humiliation is total, encompassing career, social, and familial spheres. In the final analysis, 2025 has been her year of exposure, with little left to salvage.